You have the right to remain silent. This is easily the most famous legal sentence in the world. Television police procedurals have created a widespread belief that if an officer forgets to recite this script during an arrest, the entire criminal case is rendered completely invalid. That assumption is false. Relying on pop culture myths leads defendants to compromise their strongest legal protections during an arrest. As a quick disclaimer, we are exploring constitutional criminal procedure here, not offering specific legal advice for your individual situation. If a failure to read these rights doesn't dismiss a case, we need to know what they actually do and when the law requires them. In 1966, the Supreme Court heard the case of Ernesto Miranda, who confessed to a crime without realizing he had a Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination or a Sixth Amendment right to an attorney. The court overturned his conviction and mandated a warning system that police must follow before questioning a suspect. The court intended to prevent coerced confessions. However, as this signature field suggests, these protections only engage when a specific set of circumstances are met. The law requires a Miranda warning only when two specific conditions occur together: custody and interrogation. To define custody, courts ask if a reasonable person would feel free to leave. Being handcuffed and placed in a squad car meets this standard, whereas a routine traffic stop typically does not. Interrogation involves deliberate questions designed to elicit an incriminating response. This is different from standard booking questions, like an officer asking for your name or date of birth. When custody is present but interrogation is absent, the legal requirement for a warning disappears. If an officer arrests you but never asks you a question, they have no legal obligation to read you your rights. Misunderstanding these requirements leads suspects to stay silent while waiting for a warning that isn't legally required. This leaves them vulnerable to making voluntary statements that can be used against them. If police meet both requirements but fail to read the warning, the penalty happens in court. Under the exclusionary rule, a judge will suppress the specific statements you made during that questioning. The arrest itself remains valid. Prosecutors can still pursue a conviction using other evidence, such as DNA or security footage or witness testimony. A Miranda violation limits the use of your own statements. It does not affect the admissibility of other evidence the state has gathered against you. You possess constitutional rights from the moment an interaction begins, whether or not an officer recites them to you. The Fifth Amendment right to remain silent and the Sixth Amendment right to counsel are active from the first second of any police encounter. Individuals must actively and verbally invoke these rights, stating, "I am exercising my right to remain silent and I want an attorney," provides immediate legal protection. Knowing the specific rules of constitutional law is the only reliable way to protect yourself. Relying on Hollywood illusions leaves you exposed to the system.